Hi, everyone. Hi. Welcome to Kaylee Jade Day. All right, let me just see if you guys can all hear me. Let's see. Welcome. So, June 8th is Kaylee J Day. Good. Okay, so you can hear me. Awesome. So, June 8th. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And what I'm going to do is start to share a little bit. For those of you who don't know, Kaylee Goncalves is the person who is Kaylee Jade. And Kaylee is one of the 4 Idaho students, University of Idaho students, who died in November. And it was really soon, right before that tragedy happened, that I found my earrings. Put on my earrings. That I got into true crime. Well, I started my channel. So it really birthed the channel, and because I really started basically posting in November, and this tragedy happened November 13th. So Kaylee's family has been probably the most vocal in the media. And so a lot of people have seen her and just are really passionate about getting justice for her and the 3 other victims. So, what I'm going to do is go over some articles that share more about what Kaylee J Day is, and then talk a little bit more about the fact that I just got 1,000 subs on YouTube on Kaylee J Day. So, thank you, Kaylee Jade. One of the things that her sister said, Autumn, she posted today in memory of her sister, of Kaylee. And she said that Kaylee wrote in her goals that she wanted to become TikTok famous. And then Autumn said, "You became TikTok famous." I mean, of course, under these circumstances, nobody ever wants that. But it's just interesting because I almost feel like, I do feel like I have a presence that in this area where I have people who are just egging me on to be more empowering in this community. So with that, let me begin to present. Oh gosh, let me should say share screen. There we go. So first I'm going to start with this one, which is a short article. And it says, "Do more of what you love." Why is this huge big thing there? Okay, well, do more of what you love. Families of slain University of Idaho students honor their memories. The family of Kaylee Goncalves is spreading the word about Kaylee J Day. Nearly 7 months. Let's see if I can make this bigger. Oh, good. There we go. Got it. Oh, I hate these ads. Nearly 7 months after the killing of 4 University of Idaho students at an off-campus home, their families are turning the unthinkable into something positive as they celebrate the lives of the students. The families of Kaylee Goncalves is spreading the word about Kaylee J Day to celebrate what would have been her 22nd birthday on June 8th, and inviting people to help them honor Kaylee by doing something they love with her in mind. Kaylee's older sister, Olivia Goncalves, told ABC News that her family plans to watch the sunset together on the beach before returning home, and to watch some of Kaylee's favorite childhood memories. Okay, so this is a flyer. There we go. Let's see if we can get it. This is the flyer that the family created. Why are there all of these ads? Ugh. And this was the flyer that they put out on their page, and it says, "Kaylee J Day, do more of what you love." What is Kaylee J Day? Kaylee lived every day doing what she loved, and that's what she would have liked everyone to do every day too, but especially on her birthday, June 8th. Kaylee J Day is a day where we invite you to do something purposefully that makes you happy. Gardening, cooking, walking your dog, going for a bike, anything that makes your day or the day of a loved one This is a little hard to read and it's really small. We don't have Kaylee with us here any longer, but that doesn't mean her love for life, family, or adventure is gone. Help us honor Kaylee by doing something you love with her in mind. Together for her, let's prove that love can never die. So, yeah, so beautiful. And if you have been following this case, let me know. Type in the comments or in the chat and let me know what you think of honoring her with Kaylee Jade Day. In the other article that I'm going to show you or going to share in a moment, it actually talks about how this was created. And so you'll learn a little bit more. Here, Olivia says, we don't have Kaylee. Well, let me put this bigger. We don't have Kaylee with us here any longer, but that doesn't mean her love for life, family, or adventure is gone. The Goncalves family encourages everyone to do more of what you love on that day and to share it on social media using Kaylee Jade Day, which I've been doing. I've been sharing it on Instagram, on YouTube, and on TikTok. The family of Maddie Mogan also chose to mark what would have been her 22nd birthday last month, encouraging people on Maddie May Day, which I also covered, to do random acts of kindness and to embody her spirit. Maddie's aunt, who started planning the day shortly after her death, said in a statement they were seeking a way to grasp some positivity as we reeled with her loss and wanted to honor her intrinsic mission of spreading kindness to anyone she encountered. So here's the thing. I mean, so Maddie and Kaylee's families have chosen days to help honor their memories and help people to spread love and kindness. Here it says the families of Ethan Chapin and Xana Kernodle have also chosen to honor the 20-year-olds publicly with foundations to fund scholarships in their memory. And I have covered about Ethan Chapin's family. Ethan was the boyfriend of Xana. In April, the Chapin family started the Ethan Smile Foundation, raising money for scholarships for students in Skagit Valley, Washington, where Ethan grew up. Ethan, who was a triplet, graduated from high school in Conway, Washington, and along with his siblings, worked at nearby Tulip Valley Farms. The farm recently paid tribute to Ethan by naming a tulip bulb mix named Ethan's Smile. Ethan's mother has also written children's book in her honor, The Boy Who Wore Blue, in honor of her son, in his honor. The story of a happy kiddo who loves his family, life, and new adventures. A portion of the proceeds from the book will benefit the foundation created in his honor. And I've covered this too recently. It was just earlier this week, actually. And then this past winter, the Knodel family, along with the University of Idaho Foundation, started the Xana Knodel Scholarship Endowment to help fund scholarships each year for U of I students. Let's see. Let me just see. Okay, good. We've got people typing in the chat. Awesome. All right. So I love that the families are doing good and turning the tragedy into something positive to raise funds, help other students, and just overall spread positivity and love in the world. So that's amazing. Nobody wants to be in this position, but now that they are in this position, they're making the most of it and really helping as many people as possible. So the fact that this is just a little over, I guess it would be 7 months now in June 13th, that 7 months and all of this has been created in such a little time. I mean, that's incredible and just shows so much resiliency in the families. Okay, so the next one, I'm going to close that out. The next one I wanted to share is this video that was on News Nation, and I'm going to go ahead and play it. And if you can't hear it, let me know. You know what? I don't think I'm showing. Okay, present it. There we go. Share screen. There we go. Now we can see it. Okay.
Thank you both for doing this tonight on the eve of what I can only imagine will be an extraordinarily difficult day. Are you guys doing okay?
As good as you can.
Yep, we're hanging in there right now.
As you plan for this, listen, it's pretty big what you've decided to do. It's very selfless because, as I mentioned, some people would just fall away, but instead you want everybody to be the beneficiary of Kaylee's life. Who came up with the idea?
Actually, it was the Laramie family who started it with Maddie Mayday, and we had been, the girls are exactly 2 weeks apart, both born on Fridays. And Maddie Mayday went by so good, and we were just like brainstorming like what we could do for Kaylee, and we got a hold of Karen, and we asked Karen if she mind if we kind of piggyback off of that idea. So that's what we did, and that's where the idea came from. And we just kind of ran with it with our own just a little bit of a spin on it. And we did it. Do what you love. Do something that you love.
I just realized I have it on high speed. All right, I'm gonna do it on 1.25. I'm gonna put it on 1.25 and back it up a little tiny bit.
Of Kaylee's life. Who came up with the idea?
Actually, it was the Laramie family who started it with Maddie Mayday, and we had been, the girls are exactly 2 weeks apart, both born on Fridays. And Maddie Mayday went by so good, and we were just like brainstorming like what we could do for Kaylee, and we got a hold of Karen, and we asked Karen if she mind if we kind of piggyback off of that idea. So that's what we did, and that's where the idea came from. And we just kind of ran with it with our own just a little bit of a spin on it. And we did the do what you love, do something that you love, pay it forward type thing.
Yeah, I love some of these suggestions. I'm just going to read a couple of them that I grabbed off the poster. Go to lunch with a friend or a family member, plan a vacation or a holiday, cook a new meal, maybe grab a mimosa and an appetizer, try going on a brand new hike, wake up early for the sunrise, FaceTime with some friends or family, and pay it forward in some way. I mean, these are all just fantastic suggestions. We should do one of them every day. What are you guys going to do specifically tomorrow with your kids?
Well, tomorrow we're really going to concentrate on pushing that Kaylee Jade Day out to our community. We're paying it forward to several local coffee shops and restaurants with money to start. We've already kind of been running around town, all of us, posting flyers and asking them if they would participate in a pay it forward type program. So that's what we're doing. There are some balloon releases that will be happening as well. And then our family just plans on having just a small dinner with family together tomorrow evening, and plan on actually doing a bigger party with family a little later on in the month when Olivia gets up here, because she's still down in California and she has to be here as well. So
what's interesting is that the other article said that they're going to be watching the sunset together, and then having and then watching videos. So here she's also expanding. That's why I wanted to share both, because I saw that there was more information in the different articles. So they're also going to be having a dinner together, and they're also, one thing that they're doing is the whole pay it forward campaign, which I love. So they're going to different coffee shops and having a pay it forward, probably to help, pay for somebody's coffee or whatever it is, I love that. Okay, let's continue.
Yeah, I wouldn't be complete without Olivia and her new baby as well. With lots of reasons to celebrate the grandchildren. Steve, how are the rest of the kids doing? How are Kaylee's siblings pulling through, especially at this time tomorrow when it's going to be tough, even for you, grown adults?
The truth is, it's probably even harder for them. Emotionally, they are super sensitive. It's their sister. They had a relationship with them that lasted, when we went to bed, they watched movies for hours. These girls and their brother were super close. They watched movies. They scared each other. They were just a classical American family, and
they're hurting.
It's hurting. You can't fake this. You can try to make something positive out of it. You can do your best effort, but we're still struggling. That's just the reality of it.
And still, there's, litigation. There's still business to be done. Even on Friday, there's gag order hearings. Do you share any of the information, progress, any of the developments with the kids, or do they really stay out of any of the news?
The older two, Stephen and Olivia, we definitely do, and they're they're adults. They do their own watching and investigating, and whatnot. They're too younger. We try to, our youngest is 10th grade. We try to keep them out of it as much as possible. But if they ask questions, we definitely, answer them.
You can't hide anything with the internet.
We don't lie to them or sugarcoat anything. And they do come to us with questions, and we will answer those questions the best that we can.
How is you mentioned your son, Stephen Jr. How is he doing just in terms of his University of Idaho career? I know that was just, he'd be shell-shocked, and I think he was doing it from home for a while. Does he plan to go back to campus, finish at home? What are sort of the future plans there?
Stephen actually graduated as well. So he graduated, yes.
He graduated with his sister, but he gave up that graduation for his sister. He didn't. Yes. That's kind of how we try to raise our children, not to be self-centered and to sacrifice their lives and try to help other people and find value in that. And that's, as a father, that's what I felt like I could have more children and give them a good life, then I was providing. I got a lot of comfort and enjoyment out of that. So Steven's built out of the same cloth as I am, and he was like, you know what, this is my sister's day, and I don't even need to have it today.
Yeah.
But we need to get his diploma, put it up in a in a
Celebrate him.
Yeah, we do.
He understands that we won't be able to do that. He just understands that right now we just have a focus, unfortunately, elsewhere. But Stephen will have his day that we celebrate his accomplishments as well. And, you know, he knows that we're proud of him as well.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to share here is that they gave Kaylee was supposed to graduate in December. She qualified to graduate in December. So they ended up giving her a posthumous degree in May when the rest of the students graduated. And I guess her brother was supposed to graduate then as well. And instead of taking his own, like walking and getting his own diploma, he and Kaylee's sisters accepted the diploma for Kaylee. So I didn't know this about about the brother. So that's really amazing. They really are, there is a very, very close family. You can tell how much they love each other. And Kaylee was the middle of 5.
Well, listen, you guys are, I don't know what you're made of, but it's something a lot stronger than the rest of us. Steve and Christy, can't thank you enough for coming on to launch this extraordinary initiative for tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com.
Okay. And so the last one I want to share here is, this is just going to be a quick live today, is the other interview. This one was a little bit longer. Let me see if there's a way to go a little faster. I don't see a way to do it a little faster. No. Okay. Well, we did the other one a lot faster. Okay.
Communicate with them. You have to work with them. You have to communicate with them. You have to work with them.
All right. Let me reload this because it's not going from the beginning.
From heartbreak to hope, losing a child, a vibrant child, a radiant smile. For any and every parent, it is your worst fear. For Steve and Christy Goncalves, it is an aching, heart-wrenching reality. We all know what happened to their beautiful daughter, Kaylee, and her friends, Madison Mogan, Ethan Chapin, and Xana Kernodle. That tonight is not our focus, nor should it be. Tonight, we focus through her parents on how Kaylee lived. We're hearing from Kaylee's mom and dad. They invited me to their home. They are determined to stand strong and united this October in the courtroom in memory of their beloved daughter. And tonight, they are speaking out, making it their mission to let you know that their daughter, her memory, matters. That their daughter was a bright light. Their daughter loved and embraced life. And they implore you to do just that. Every single minute, every second of every day, you're here. Kaylee's birthday is tomorrow. Their message, live for today. And their focus, Kaylee Jade Day.
And good evening to all of you. I'm Sean Owsley, live as the sun sets here in Rathdrum, Idaho, just a few miles from where I'm standing. I was invited just a short time ago into the home of Steve and Christy Goncalves. Kaylee Jade Goncalves, her birthday would have been tomorrow. They say it is a day now that they want to honor her memory and celebrate how she lived. They called her simply love and light. And they want everybody to enjoy every minute of every day and do something good and pay it forward. Here is Steve and Christy Goncalves in their own words. Well, first of all, thanks for taking time and letting our cameras come to your home. For all of us, all the hearts in the region, we are with you from day one. We are so sorry, but it's important to celebrate Kaylee's life. That's why we're sitting here. What do you guys want to say? What do you want people to know about her?
We just want people to know that Kaylee was vibrant. She was spontaneous. She was fun. she was just full of life. I know that's so, cliche to say, but I mean, that is Kaylee. She's singing, dancing. I was just going through all of our we have a ton of pictures. And just last night I said, look at this. There's not a single picture of Kaylee that she's not smiling from ear to ear. Not a single one. Whether she's in the up front of it or the background of it, Kaylee is smiling.
Her smile, so vivid.
So vivid.
For both of you.
Yeah.
The heartache, I can't even imagine from November. And we don't need to revisit that. Everyone's aware of what happened. What we want to do is focus on Kaylee Jade Day. And for you, as her dad, what do you want people to do? What does this day mean to you, and what do you want them to hear?
What we want is people to remember each one of these victims for the uniqueness of what they had. Kaylee had her uniqueness. Maddie did. Xana did. Ethan did. And if every family can just help a little bit establish and share that life story, I think America is already shown that they're interested, and they're outraged.
They love our girl, almost as much as we do. Honestly, they've become America's children. Almost the world's, almost honestly, from where we've we've just felt the love from. And Kaylee Jade Day specifically is about her on her day, on the day that she was born, honoring her, and doing something that you love to do.
I love that message. And I've been here for about 15 minutes. It's the first time we've met. What stands out to me is the bond between you two. You can feel the love.
Yes.
And you have to rally for each other.
Mm-hmm.
What has that meant to lean on each other? The darkest of days that you could even imagine, and you can't unless you've been through something, unfortunately, that you've been through.
This man is my everything. I mean, my absolute everything. He has supported this family. He has carried us all through this. He has been so strong. I know he grieves, and I know he hurts, and he never shows that. He stays strong for us, and he's always making sure that we're okay.
Yeah, sometimes I'll miss an appointment or something, and she's like, "No, babe, you got to be there. You got to be there for me for this one." I'm like, "All right. If it's important, I'll be there. I'll be there."
Well, you both seem to have a quiet strength that I pick up on, and a tenacity, and we've seen that obviously in some of the interviews that you've done in the past. Was she that way?
Absolutely.
She's tough.
Yeah.
This whole family is tough, and I see this toughness in Maddie. I see this toughness in other families too, and I just want people to understand that we all got robbed. As a community, we got robbed, and it was somebody coming from the outside in, and we still got a court case. We still got to see some evidence. Some things have to go. The defendant is still innocent until proven guilty. But if you came here to hurt our kids, you picked the wrong community to do that, and I feel strongly that we will, we'll see this through, and the right thing will happen. The right justice will happen.
I think it's going to do every.
A lot of, interestingly, they've kind of been changing their tune slightly to give the view now that they're about innocent until proven guilty. Show the evidence and all that. So I really admire them for that, because when the defendant was first arrested, it was really all about about that person and that he did it, and and they were even talking about firing squads and stuff like that. That it's a new law in Idaho, and so I really admire that they've taken a little bit of a more of a grounded approach and just recognize that, that the person is innocent until proven guilty, because I think it could be really easy to stay in the fear and in the anger mode. So they seem to be, doing their grieving process. So that's really commendable for them.
Everybody that sees this interview, their heart's some good to at least see you guys be able to smile through tremendous pain. The court case, I don't want to dwell on it a lot in this interview because we're focusing on Kaylee Jade Day.
Perfect.
But being there in the courtroom, why is that so important to you?
Justice doesn't just fall out of the sky in your lap. I mean, the times have come to where I feel like you have to be a part of it. You have to make sure that everything's happening in the right order. And it's not like the 50s where it was easy. You had a town of 200 people. Now we're in millions. So I feel like you got to be involved. You got to reach out to the officers. You got to communicate with them. You have to work with them. You have to go the extra mile, pass on tips, encourage tips, do all these things. And then, you tried, and if you don't get justice, at least you tried.
I feel that it's important to be in the court for my daughter, for her every single day, fighting for her, letting them know that we're not going anywhere. We may hear and see some things that we don't want to, and I know we could back out at points, and I'm sure I will have to. But my daughter endured something terrible, horrible, and
we're not running away from that.
As a mother, I feel like I need to know. I mean, to a certain point, I need to be there because I need to know what happened. I mean, we know the outcome of what happened, but why did it happen? And
we have other children. Unfortunately, we have to learn from this, and we have
be
to,
there for
And you still have to be strong parents for them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're suffering like you're suffering.
Absolutely.
And they come to us like, is this a rumor? Is this fake news? Is this real? And so I got to be involved. I have to know if they're
they
just
hear
being
stuff, and
Mhm.
people call them. And Autumn, she's 18 years old. She came and crawled in bed with us last night, and snuggled up. I was like, wow, she snuggled up next to him and fell asleep in his arms, and fell asleep for about an hour, and I was like, hey, that's what she needs,
Well, you have been tremendously gracious to invite me here, our cameras, for everybody that's watching the 630 to listen to your insight into who your daughter was. And I think it's important to highlight her memory and who she was and the difference that she made. Kaylee Jade Day, obviously her birthday. Final thoughts just from each of you. Somebody that never knew her and never met her. Tell them what she was like.
You would love her right from the get-go. She was charismatic. She was funny. She, just that smile alone was so warming and welcoming. People, just wanted to, to talk to her, and she was outgoing, and she was bubbly. She wasn't shy. But she was a strong girl, and she stood up for herself. She was smart. She was always down for a road trip or something fun to do, because she just wanted to have fun.
She always wanted to make memories. She always wanted to be like the one to force us to go do something crazy, like
even when you're tired.
Yep.
She wanted to live life.
Yep.
She'd pull up the laptop and say, we're going to book a vacation.
We're booking it
to the Caribbean islands.
And we'd be like, whoa.
And we're like, for real? And she's like, come on, you know you want to go.
Those memories you just have to lean into and cherish those.
Yeah.
Just a one word final response, Kaylee J, to you was?
Light. One word. So
spontaneous. It was spontaneous.
I mean, love, of course, but I mean, she was a light.
Steve and Christy Goncalves there on the porch of their home here in Rathdrum, Idaho, reflecting on the life cut short of their daughter. And they say tomorrow, take a minute, do something kind for somebody else. Look at what's good in your life. Lean into that. Appreciate it in the moment. Their words. I have to tell you, as we were leaving, they gave me a hug. They said, thank you for letting us tell our story. And I hugged them back, and I said, the entire community is with you and have been since day one. Steve and Christy, thanks for inviting us in your home. As we go to break tomorrow, Kaylee.
All right. So yeah, just nice little reports there, stories on who Kaylee was, coming right from the parents, and they're planning on watching the sunset together. They're going to have a dinner. They're encouraging people to pay it forward, to do something you love. And so, yeah, I it's raining really badly here, but hopefully skies clear up a little bit, and I'm going to go for a nice long walk with my dog, because that's what I love to do. And so with that, final thing is that thank you, Kaylee Jade Day. I have 1,000 subs today. I was not expecting this. I was planning on just covering Kaylee J Day, but I got this unexpected bonus from today. So thank you. And I really appreciate everyone being an empowering voice, the empowering voices in the true crime community, because there is a lot of drama. There is a lot of grief, tragedy, hardship, frustration, anger, sadness, and there's no discounting or negating that. That's a very important part of the process, of the grieving process, especially. However, we can keep it empowering. We can stand up for what's right. We can do it with integrity while getting justice, right? Like just how the Steve and Christy Goncalves, how they have been so resilient, still fighting for justice, but also doing it in the right way. And I appreciate that. And I think that it's a good learning lesson for us who are in this community. So if you haven't yet subscribed, I will put the link in the channel. And I'd appreciate if you subscribe to my channel. If you're here, please make sure to like the video so that it gets more into the algorithm. And with that, I think we'll end today's stream. Thank you. Oh, one final note. I interviewed Lieutenant Nails, and he is the handler for K9 Tech. And so many of you watched, I have like thousands of people watch that. I've got dozens, maybe even 100 at this point, comments on the videos on Lieutenant Nails and K9 Tech. I interviewed him earlier today. I'm going to be putting that together, hopefully to release tomorrow. So I will let you know. I'll keep you posted on that. And with that, have a great rest of your Kaylee Jade Day, everyone. Bye.